Hello and welcome to this Let's Play series of Civilization V. We're going to be using the Vox Populi mods. Now I'll talk a bit about them as we go on. If you're not sure what they are, they basically extend the game, add in a lot of different functionalities. Think of it like this: they keep the framework of Civilization V games. You'll be very familiar with it if you're familiar with the normal game. They just changed a lot. It does feel very different though as you go through it, but you'd have no difficulty jumping right in. Although speaking of difficulty, you will have to decrease the normal difficulty you play at because it does tend to be a lot more difficult. I said difficult a lot there. The AI is smarter. The game is bigger. I think it would be fair to say there's more to do with it. So yeah, it will get more difficult for you. So bear that in mind. As I said, I'll talk more in details as we go through, and in the descriptions I will. Well, let's jump into the mods here. In the descriptions, I will put a link to the mods I'm using, and also a further description on how to download them and install them. The main ones that make the game, the Vox Populi games, or the community balance patch, I think it's called the community patch here. Can you see there? Or community balance overhaul. The main mods are these six mods here. Now these will all, well, I'll leave that for the description. They'll all be installed by a automatic installer. You'll just have to open this list you're seeing right now and click enable or disable. I do not wish to disable it though. Now let's go through the other mods. I have a few, one of which is blatantly cheating. So bear that in mind before you watch further. I have a one that just gives me an advantage. I just enjoy using it. You'll see it as it goes on. Okay, so all these just go into the Vox Populi, so you don't need to worry too much about it. I'm not sure if you can mix and match them. I guess you probably can, given that they are in 6 different parts, but whatever. We're not going to do that. Okay, faster aircraft animations. I have just recently got this. I've not got to a late game with it, so I actually don't really know what it does. I'm guessing it does exactly what it says on the tin, and it just speeds up the animations, which I want. Info addict. Okay, this is something you will see as the game goes on. It doesn't change anything. It just formats all the information into graphs and things like that, and it's enjoyable, especially for a nerd like me, to use. So we're going to go ahead and use that. I'm not changing any of these. These are already set. I'm just showing you them. All these mods in between are just civilizations I've seen and gone, ooh, I'd like that. The problem is with Vox Populi, only certain mods are compatible with the main game. So unfortunately, you can't use any of these. Religion, recurring purchase notice or notify. This will just tell you when, oh, you have enough for something. I don't think it even tells you what. Like, it doesn't say you have enough for a missionary, you have enough for a great prophet, you have enough for a great scientist. It just tells you, look, you have enough for something. Maybe you want to keep an eye on it, which I find handy because I always forget. I always forget my faith after 1 or 2 times using it. Then I'm like, I have enough for 3 missionaries. This isn't efficient. Sometimes it is though, disable. What else? Okay, blatantly cheating. I love this. Wonder Race. It's probably not even true that I love this. It's true that I hate not having it. I hate in a normal game, you're trying to build a wonder and the AI beats you by 1 turn. Oh my god, it's infuriating. So I thought, look, I seen this on a mod list somewhere and I went, right, I'm giving that a go. And I love it. I doubt I will ever go back. Although, like I said, I acknowledge it is cheating, so I may turn it off in future. Especially if my viewers are like, hey, come on, I want to see a game without this. Can you beat it without this? So I think that's it for the mods. let this load in. It'll take a few seconds. I've already decided to play as France. I picked France because, I don't know, I fancied a warmongering game. Anyway, that was my main reason to look at a list of warmongers. I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever defeated a game with France, so I'm not sure if it is fantastic for that. But I'm guessing it is from its unique modifiers, which we will see now in a minute. I'm assuming it is good for that. Now I already have a save state loaded, but let's go into the setup to show you my setup. Right, so we have first of all Napoleon. Let's go through his traits on the next screen, on the next loading screen, because we're going to have a bit of time on that loading screen. So we'll talk a bit about him then. Map type fractal. I think this just randomizes everything. Like, you're going to get some weird looking continents, weird looking maps. You can have different continents. I regularly play on fractal. I quite enjoy going, oh my god, I'm on a continent with only one other civ. So you have to try and dominate them early and then get your sailing and go meet the others. You're never, I don't want to say never, but I don't think you're ocean tiles away from other civs. Actually, maybe you are the odd time, and certainly maybe you can have a city-state blocking you, although they're easy to get through. But yeah, you can be on your own continent, so who knows what's going to happen. I've gone standard size. Like I said, I've got maybe I didn't say actually. I've gone immortal this time. I regularly play on deity, but also I regularly play on immortal. I'd say I'm in between these two at the moment. I win more often than not on immortal, and I lose more often than not on deity. But I am capable of winning deity and losing immortal. I just fancy playing immortal for my first video. I think extra nerves, you might miss things. We'll see how it gets on. Let's see. Game pace epic. I sometimes play marathon, but I think for a video it might just get a little long. So we'll stick with epic. Let's go into the fast setup. And the game I have saved is only 7, so that's why I'm going through this. So I've not picked any particular civ, so who knows who we get. Oh, sorry, a yawn. Sorry, that was a yawn and me trying to speak through it. Okay, so what have we got turned on? I'm not sure from the default what we have turned off. So that might be, I'll just talk of the ones I have clicked on. Enable event system. I like getting the events. I quite enjoy getting a good one. I hate getting a bad one, but I think it adds a little to the game. I also enjoy when another city gets a bad one and you find out about it, and you might attack them just because of it. I think that adds a bit to it. Ancient runes. Oh, this is a difficult one because I like the ancient runes. I like getting the random thing, but it's a little too random, I think, especially for a video maybe. And the AI definitely has an advantage, so this takes away one of their advantages because they get more pathfinders early on, and they can see more of the map quickly. So if you don't get the good ancient runes early, you can just be so far behind. This is more for deity though. I think it's a little dangerous having these on. Then it can give you an advantage, but either way, I've turned it off for this one. Tech trading. I've turned both these off. This I think this can give the player an advantage. It allows you to use your brain, your strategy, your ability to outthink the AI in a lot of ways. Like you can sell them a cheap technology, and you can sell it to everyone at the same time, and they're buying something that's you're getting paid like 5 times for one thing. This can give you quite a boost, I think, especially the dynamic of tech brokering off and trading on. So you can trade with them, they can't trade amongst themselves. It could be an interesting thing, but the reason I have it off is I think it adds an extra layer to it. If you forget to trade, or if you don't trade efficiently, I think you're shooting because I think the AI will trade to some extent, maybe not, probably not. I'm guessing not as efficiently as a human. But I think let's leave it off, and in the future I might start turning it on. But I haven't had it on. Actually, I had it on for the game not long ago, one of my private games, and the reason I turned it off, I think, was that game. I just felt I had the technology lead, and I had a small. I think I was Holland. I had a small empire, but I had the technology lead, and I felt I wasn't keeping up with training correctly. So I thought, just let's take it out. Let's ignore it. Quick combat, quick movement. They're a must for your sanity. Now, here's what. Raging Barbarians. Like I said, I want to be a warmonger. I want to attack. I want to level up my units. I think it's good to get Raging Barbarians if you do that. You are giving yourself advantage, so bear that in mind. If you consider it cheating, you're probably right. I am giving myself a bit of an advantage here. And again, if I was picking a civ without, if I was picking a more peaceful civ, someone I wanted to just turtle up with, I might have this off. I don't want to be attacked by barbarians. And last, transparent diplomacy. To be quite honest, I can't quite see the bottom of that screen. I wonder if you guys can. Oh, it's the pop-up box is higher now, so I can definitely see it. So the displays raw numbers next to diplomatic modifiers. I've had this on a few times now, and I don't think I've seen these raw numbers it's speaking of. Maybe I've just missed it. Like I've only turned this on recently. I've seen some YouTubers with it on. I thought, okay, I'll put it on. AI leaders will never hide negative modifiers. Oh my god, another yawn out of me. AI leaders will never hide negative modifiers when they are friendly. Now, I'm not sure if this stops them lying to you in some ways. I'm not 100% sure what this does. It says when they're friendly, so maybe it's when they're friendly they won't tell you they're unfriendly. But that doesn't really make sense to me, because if they're friendly, why would they lie to you? I would think when they would lie to you would be when they were unfriendly, and if they were like about to attack you or something, and they might tell you, oh no, I'm friendly, don't worry about me. So if you can let me know in the comments if you know more about what this does, that'd be helpful. Okay, like I said, I've already set up the game, so let's load this. Auto saves. I hadn't played the game, but then I tried to make this video first time, and I made it 20 minutes into the video, played it back, realized it didn't record. It just recorded the menu screen. For whatever reason, it wasn't moving. So I do know about 25 turns into it, unfortunately. But that wasn't why I picked this map. I just picked this map on first look. But whatever, you can believe me or not. It's my video, I guess. So let's discuss the modifiers first, and then I'll justify my loading a game I'm already seeing a little more later. Oh, it's gone black on my screen. Okay, we're back. Right, so the Spirit de Corpse, I don't know how to pronounce that. The unique ability is 10% damage for each subsequent attack against a single target during a turn. Now, I think that's powerful. Maybe it's not as powerful as I think it is, especially early game. But like if you have 3 ranged units, which if you're attacking a place, you know you want to put a few ranged units. Let's say you have 4 ranged units. Let's stick with 3 ranged units and 2 melee. Those 3 ranged units have added 30% bonus to your melee unit's attack. One of them attacks, butters up the target. The second one attacks, he now has a 40% bonus. Actually, I'm not even sure, is it a 40% bonus? Or is it compounded? Like 10% first one, second one is 10% of 110%, like, you know, of the old 10%, let's call it. So we're up to 21%. Then we're up to, well, I don't want to go on, but 30, oh my god, 33.1, and so on up. It gets more and more complicated as we go, but it was just 3 in, we're up to 33.1 instead of 30. So it definitely adds up. If you have late game when you're, and that's the other thing. This ability should become so much better late game. Instead of having just 3 ranged attacks with 2 range, you know, you're gonna have some siege weapons with 3 ranges, some archers with 3 ranges. You might have 6 things that can attack 1 target from range before your melee get involved. 6, that's 60%, or more likely up around 70% if it's compounded. Which I have a feeling the vanilla game would have kept it simple and have it as just standard stacking, but the Vox Populi would have gone, well, let's compound this up. But who knows? We'll see quite quickly into the game. We'll try and remember to check that. We'll see the modifiers, what it is or not. So that sounds like enough of an ability to me. But there's more. When you conquer a city, you gain great writer, great artist, great position points. I'm going to be conquering cities, I hope. With this sort of multiplier, I hope I am. Now that's going to give us a lot of culture. So even so much so that we might be going for a cultural victory here. I'm not sure what, especially with the building, which we'll talk about in a minute. So in the capital, oh, and that's not enough. Okay, there's more. And a temporary boost to culture and production. I was under the belief that this was only for the capital. It sounds like enough just for the capital, but it's in all of my cities. So I'm going to be getting cultural bonuses, production bonuses every time I capture a city. I played Napoleon before, and I seem to remember this being pretty good bonus. Maybe it lasted quite a while. I think it's depending on how big the city is, depending on how impressive the one it is. It probably stacks with era as well. Okay, so that's probably enough. 3, all sounding pretty good bonuses. So now, what unit we're getting? We're getting Musketeer. That is melee. It is. I played a lot of Civ 4, and I think the Musketeer for Napoleon was. No, it was melee as well. Now that I think back. Okay, so we're gonna get this guy quite early, and I'm not sure how much more powerful he is, but it should be fun, and it's right around where our we might be starting to get some of our siege weapons and some of our archers leveled up enough to be ranged to 3 range. So coupled with that, this is going to be good. Is there any unique abilities here for this? Actually, let's see. One of the first gunpowder units in the game. Only the French may build it. This unit has a higher combat strength than the, I don't know how to pronounce this word, Terrico? We'll go with Terrico, which it replaces, and starts with Lightning Warfare promotion. Now, Lightning Warfare, is that you can attack multiple times, maybe? We'll have a look at that just as we start the game. Now, Chateau. Sometimes the building can be annoying because we're gonna have to think about this one a lot. We have to build it ourselves. It's a worker modifier. So a chateau must be built adjacent to a luxury, and it may not be built adjacent to another chateau. It provides 50% defense, so that's just like a bonus, and must be built in French territory. Oh, I thought there was a multiplier in this. I thought I was getting a multiple cultural bonus or something. So it's not as good as I thought. But still, we're going to be getting 2 culture, 3 gold, 3 food. I'll ignore the defense bonus because I don't want so. I would hope nobody's going to be within my. Actually, you know what? I was going to say I would hope nobody's in my borders. I should be invading them. But we might end up going cultural victory. Like we might get like 5-6 cities and go, ooh, this is going to be difficult to attack for whatever reasons, or maybe we'll. For whatever, our culture might just be running away with it. We might think, you know what, we can turtle this up. We can use our military as quick attacks across the map, but we don't necessarily are going to be taking over large swaths of land. And we might get such a lead, something you're going to find in Vox Populi. When you get a large lead, the AIs start attacking you en masse. It's quite annoying. Okay, I thought I'd enter the game a little early there because just to change the music. It was getting to a crescendo. Okay, so this is actually no, that's a lie. This is all I seen when I picked this map. Okay, like I said, I have played another 20 turns or so. It's not going to be as big an advantage because there's no ancient ruins. I think the barbarians respawn, I don't know, reseed where they're going to spawn, I guess. So I don't think it's going to be that changed too much for us. And so this is what I see, and I decided, let's go with this map. We have food to start with. These floodplains are nice. I would love if these were, I don't know, lakes or something. So we got food and a bit of production. We have these hills, salt hills as well, desert salt hills. So I'm thinking we're gonna go Petra. Was one of my thoughts. I like this cocoa. I would love to start beside it, but I would also love to start on a hill. Also, if I started beside the cocoa, I would lose the wheat. I would lose the desert hill, so maybe I wouldn't even go at Petra if I started over there. Whereas if I start on top of this hill, I lose a turn. That's an annoyance. But I just start with these two production. I get to farm the food and have a bit of production in the back end. So I was thinking that'd be a good place to start. Might be interesting. Who knows? Like, you don't know with Civ. Especially, as I said, I'm playing on Fractal. So you even know less in this game. And some of the mods, maybe I think I won't play any turns. I will end this video soon enough, but maybe I'll just show you what some of the mods do. Some of the Vox Populi do. Actually, I'm not even sure I remember what a lot of the differences are. I've been playing Vox Populi so much. So it might be up to you as a viewer to just see what the differences are from your own. I think one of them was the resources. They have monopolies. And to help with that, the resources tend to be clumped, like in real life in some ways. Like, for example, I see 2 salt there. So there's a good chance there's going to be... Actually, I've walked around a little, like I said, places first. There is some more salt, I seem to remember. Maybe over here or down here. I'm not quite sure. But there's going to be more salt around. There's 12 salt on this map, I believe. If it's a... Well, I'll maybe talk more about that as we play a bit of the game. But let's just say a standard resource tends to be about 12 resources. 10 actually, because I think I need 5 to get 50%. So if I get 50% of all the salts in the map, that means I have to mine them. I have to be they have to be within my border. Some other civs get to do other things, but they have to be within my border, and I have to have actually improved the resource. So I will get 10% extra food in all the cities. I like that. There's some of the resources get these percent bonuses. They're the best in my opinion. Other resources, you'll see cocoa here. This might also be a main resource. There might be 10 of these, but usually when you start beside a main one and a secondary one. So there might only be 6 or 8 of these, and they're spread out all over randomly. So they're hard to get a monopoly of this one. But I don't think I really want to go out. I might go out of my way to get a salt monopoly because it's a percent bonus. I might set up cities all over the map just to get this. But I'm not going to get it for this. What this gives me is 2 culture on resource tiles. Now, it says on resource tiles. What it should say is on cocoa resource tiles. It's not all resource. That would be worth it, probably. But it's only on the cocoa resource tiles. So it's a nice bonus if you get it. Especially if it was you have 5 of them around one city or 3 around one, 2 around the other. Like you might get, like we're probably going to get with salt. This might be a good one. Get a lot of culture out of that. Let's see other mods. The info addict I told you about. You'll see a nice graph of your score. You'll see I like to use the tech a lot. See where everyone is in the number of techs. We see global relations. You'll have lines between them. It's a nice pretty way to see it. The wonder. That's just options. How to do it. We'll leave that. A lot of this will probably look different. Again, if you're coming from vanilla, I'm going to just leave you to see the differences yourself. This, in the recent update, they've changed happiness. So it doesn't just show 6 happiness, it shows you have 6 happiness, but you have happiness from 0 happiness from population. I have 0 happiness from I don't know, I guess building multipliers or something like that, because I have nothing built. And so it adds a little more. I've also think they've changed how happiness is generated, but we'll see that as the video goes on. Okay, let me just settle my city or pick where I'm gonna settle, and then we'll end the video. Now, the last game I decided to settle on top of the hill. Already talked about that. I think I'm gonna stick with that again. So we'll move that up there, and we will. I am. Oh, obviously I can't settle because I've just moved it up the hill. Right, we'll leave it there then, and we won't even go to the next turn. We will settle at the start of the next game. So thank you for watching. If you do like this, go ahead and subscribe. YouTube will probably show you when the next one's up. If you're coming from this in the future, what I will do is I will throw all these videos into one playlist. So you can go ahead and subscribe to that playlist, I think, or save it for later or something like that, and watch through the playlist if that is what takes your fancy. Go ahead and like the video, things like that. That helps out a channel. If you're watching this on DTube, which I actually forgot to discuss at the start, welcome as well. This will be posted on Stemmet and DTube. I'll probably leave in the description for links between DTube and YouTube. If you're coming from one, you might want to start watching on the other. But until next time, have a good one, and I will see you then. Goodbye.